I don't get anything. When I step away for like 25 minutes to 30 minutes, step away, come back, it's inquiry. And it's like, and I like to kind of answer it right away because I
Yeah.
notice that quick response gets people going. If you
Yep.
wait to reply like 2 hours, that's like they'll go somewhere else.
Absolutely. So people need to hear this is wisdom here. Unfortunately, we have a product which is a commodity, meaning that if I don't service you, there are four other five other six other people that can service you. Now their product might not be good as mine, but you don't know that. So the
Hmm.
response time matters. The
Yeah.
response time matters. So at some point, Cornell, you and I are going to be put in a situation when we really want to kind of maximize our business, but also
Yeah.
live our best life, we're going to actually have to, you know, put on our team a nice young man or nice young lady, maybe in the Philippines,
Hmm.
so they can basically be
Yeah.
in charge of monitoring our traffic.
Yeah,
Because
definitely, definitely.
because the truth is, you know, I still make mental choices on when I'm going to answer my phone.
Hmm.
And I've had to kind of, grow into this because even now, um, if my phone goes off after 10 p.m., when I'm supposed to be chilling with the family, I'll be,
Hmm.
should I, should, and sometimes I lose. 50% of the time I lose because I feel like I got to pick up my phone. But you got to create, a business that is designed around you living and creating life as opposed to you just chasing a dollar. So to Cornell's point is most of the inquiries I face are when I'm trying to spend time building with the family in the evening. They generally don't happen during the day. But for me at this point, I am not doing inquiries after 10 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
I won't do them. I may be losing money. I know I'm losing money. But right now, I'm just trying to draw a line because I've done it so often. And here's this is so good. I'm gonna tell you.
Mhm.
My wife, my wife hit me to this. She said, babe, correct me if I'm wrong. The clients that we're trying to attract are business professionals or
Yep.
in town on assignment. Am I right? I say, yeah, babe.
Yeah.
He says, how often are they gonna reach out to somebody at 10 p.m., 11 p.m.,
Hmm.
midnight p.m. for a booking
Not often.
for that day?
Oh.
Never. No one who's on a business related excursion is doing a same day booking beyond 10 o'clock. Now it may be someone gets off a plane, they're at an airport, it may be 9-ish, 9:30-ish, they reach out to you for a same day booking. But for every time that happens, that scenario pops up, it may be 5 out of 100. So what it is has happened is my wife has reconditioned me to
Hmm.
realize that the inquiries that we're getting, especially those same day inquiries, Cornell,
Hmm.
are
Hmm.
are locals.
Wow, wow. So your cutoff time is at 9, 10 p.m. or 9 p.m.?
10 p.m.
Yeah,
Typically
yeah.
10 p.m.
Cool. Yep.
Because then with the locals, then that's a whole thing. And we're not going to get into that right now. We've had
Yep.
another other sessions. But so the reason that we kind of went down this rabbit hole is for the folks out there, that are chiming in. Me and Cornell, man, we've gotten some time in the game. We know what we're doing. We have multiple properties. The dollars are good. The dollars are good, but the peace of mind is better.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
We're not digging ditches. We're not working hard to get at this money. But it's a big difference between working hard and
Hmm.
working smart. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, Cornell. In order to give credit to the question, and oh, hold on. And I never turned on my AI to record this. So let me do that now. You talked AI, and I said, oh, there's something I forgot. Boom. All right, now, yeah, AI will start recording this. All right. So what I want to kind of spiral back to, here we go. AI is now on board. Apply permissions in the future. Okay, sweet. All right. So as it relates to my occupancy numbers, I'm always once a week. And typically, Cornell, believe it or not, I'm jumping on and looking at my occupancy an hour or two before my weekly call with you guys.
Wow.
Because it's not that I gotta do it multiple times a day, but I do need to do it at least once a week. So the system has a chance to refresh, look at the data, and ask, ask itself, you know, are my base prices right? So for example, let me just screen share this with you guys. Um, let's go ahead and do this. Um, Cordo, we were just talking about this, right?
Yeah, we just talking about
We were
it.
just talking, and this person wanted a one night booking. I'm like,
Oh,
not gonna
one
do it.
night. That's a
Yep,
local.
yep, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. All right, so let's get into price labs. So what it is, what I'm showing people who are checking us out is an AI that allow our places to have dynamic pricing, which means that we don't have a static price. Monday's price is going to look different from Thursday's price. Thursday's price is going to look different from Saturday's price. This is no different from what the hotels do. Okay, so if I put in a place and you use a feature called parent listings and children listings.
Oh, you know what? I haven't gotten to that. I actually been going in to individually and been changing it, but yeah, I know of other way they showed me how to change it all at one time. But yeah, the
So
parent and the kids, children
so
list, I haven't been doing.
so here's the thing for my folks out there. So say we do rooms, or say you do an apartment building. You can do a whole place too. That's the flexibility it is.
Mhm.
Because you're in the same geographic location, you can have one listing control the rates for 3 or 4 different places. The only caveat is it has to have the same address. I did learn that. It has to have the same address. So if I have 5 rooms, 4 rooms, 3 rooms, 2 rooms, all I have to do is monitor one room, and that one room, I make that the parent, and it will
Mhm.
control the pricings for all of the other rooms because it's the child.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's my parent listing right here. So I'm gonna open it up. Urban retreat near Strong Hospital. Urban retreat near Strong Hospital. And funny enough, if this is the right one, if this is what I'm thinking about, and this you'll be able to appreciate this, Cordell. Uh, that's why it's good to have a team of people who
Yeah.
got your back. Because I'll be missing stuff. Yeah, I missed this. Yeah. So here's what I'm missing, y'all. This urban retreat was a
Mhm.
listing, was
Mhm.
a property that I was absolutely killing.
Oh, okay.
But the landlord wanted to increase the rate. And when I negotiated to go to the co-listing model, he's like, no, I'm good. So although I'm paying for the data, this property is actually off the board because I shut this property down. But I'm still, but but here's the crazy part, Cornell. Now you'll laugh at me. The reason that it's still up here. Oh, actually, no, I did turn it off. One, two. Yeah, so it's not green. All right. I thought I had missed it. So when it's green, that means you're paying for it. When it's off,
Yeah, you're
the
not.
reason I still get leads from it, bro.
Wow, how if it's off? It's not
I
listed.
still get because it's on the first page.
Wow, but it's is it unlisted?
No, I haven't turned off the listing. I just shut down the property. So I've
Okay.
turned off, I've shut down the property. I've turned off the instant booking because but here's the thing. I have so many positive reviews. I have so many
Oh,
people
I
who've
get
had
it.
good, I'm not going to turn it off. So when people inquire about it,
Oh,
I
okay.
have, I have a message to say, unfortunately, this property is no
Gotcha.
longer available because of logistical issues.
That's such a
However, do you
good.
still need a place? I have
Oh yeah,
other
I didn't think
properties.
about that. That's cool.
I
That's
I I get so many inquiries just from the fact that that place has lived on the first page for so long. It's ridiculous.
oh, I didn't never think about that. So yeah, because you don't have, as long as you don't have instant book on, they gotta inquire about it anyway.
Right. No, so
So
yeah. So
that's
this
a lead generation. I didn't
it's
think
a
I should do that.
yeah, it's a lead generator, you know.
Wow.
And when I was sharing with you,
Yeah,
I have in our presentation that we do. So I have here's my credibility page.
mhm.
So half of those places I'm telling you about are here on my credibility page. I ain't throwing this stuff away. I
Mhm.
yeah, you know, I have so many good experiences from the guests, so I keep it up. But you just gotta be super on top of your stuff. Turn off
Yeah.
the instant booking, turn off the instant booking, and then when people are inquiring about it, it's right up front. Property is no longer available. Why? Logistics question. Are you still trying to get a place?
Oh yeah. You know what? That's a good thing to do. So does that affect if you have one of your listings that's snoozed? If you have one of them not, deleted totally, but it's snoozed. If you pick that back up, it's not even going to be on the first page anymore, right? Depending on how long it was snoozed.
Depending on how long the snooze, yeah, it might even be.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be there, but it'll be on page 30.
So there's really no point. That's actually a good thing to, wow, that's actually a good thing to actually do. You know what though? That gives me I did actually a good thing to do because I know before we were doing ABC. Now having these extra ones or bringing back, I just snooze a couple of my listings already for a little while. So if I reawaken them, they might not even be on the first, second, third, or fourth page.
No, they won't be. They
They
won't
won't
be.
be. Yeah,
Yeah,
they won't be.
yeah. So,
Yeah, I
so
shouldn't have. Man, I should have I didn't even think about this because this is definitely a good lead magnet to actually use. Turn that instant book off. So if the other ones are not getting no love, you can use this and, trampoline off of that one and talk
mhm,
to, direct them over to this one. So I didn't,
yep,
I didn't even think about that. Wow. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what I do once a week before I call. I open up a lead. I open up my parent listing, and I ask, help me choose a base price, and it's going to give me all this data. It's going to tell me, all right, and this is what I want to know. How is this price calculated? Low historic listing occupancy. So it's going to tell me, and it's true. In this particular listing, I've had less than a 70% occupancy. So because of that,
Mhm.
it is giving me a suggestion to lower the price. All right, lower the base price from get it from a whopping $43 to $42. I can live with that.
Mm-hmm.
I can live with that.
Yep.
So AI is giving me the information on the dashboard. I just need to choose to follow it. Now, the information is there, but it's pointless if I don't look at the information and if
Mm-hmm.
I execute the information.
Yep.
So just once a week, bro. I wouldn't do that anymore.
Okay.
Yep. Now, this might be something you're interested in doing as well. Um, when your people, when your team um does your cleanings, does your room turnovers, do you request or do you ask them to take before and after pictures?
You know what? They only take after pictures, but I've thought about that by them taking before pictures as well.
Okay. Well, I mean, actually, the before pictures, they don't really do for me either, unless there's a problem.
Yeah.
So they normally just do them whenever. So here's the deal. So when I get my after pictures, if I want to stimulate, I don't do this every day. I don't do this all the time. But if I want to stimulate a growth, say, I got a 3-bedroom spot, room 3 is killing it, killing it, killing it. But room 1 or 2 may be a little slower. Believe it or not, I will take those after pictures from the room 3, all right, and I'll take the bedroom shot and the kitchen shot, bathroom shot, and I'll change out the photos for room 1 or room 2,
Oh wow.
just so that the system, the algorithm, is seeing that I'm updating, updating,
Mm-hmm.
updating, updating,
Mm-hmm.
and that allows me to game the algorithm.
Yep.
Okay, so so in terms of frequency of pricing, in terms of frequency of me playing with my listings, no more than once a week.
Okay.
No more.
Okay, that's a good deal. That's a good deal. Now, I know Earl, you was talking about using these other listings that you had that already has a bunch of reviews, using that to trampoline off of. Is it another way around that? Would you recommend starting a new listing to actually use that for a new listing and just have it off an instant book, but just use it as one of those listings that somebody can see and be like, okay, well, we can redirect you over to this one. Just be able to use that listing that you created that's on the first, second, or third page that has no instant booking, and you can use that to get leads to direct them in a way that you want to have them. So it's sort of like using the ABC method, but you're not managing, cutting off your calendar just because you're just using it as a lead magnet to route them over to where you really want them to go.
So I'm really thinking deeply about the question, and I want to answer it very thoughtfully. And my wonder is why? To what end? What's the point in doing that? What's the benefit in doing it?
Well, I mean, they get people to go to that, just to get more
To
people
to
on the
is it
empty.
is it is it to get your stuff back on the first page? Tell me what
No,
problem you're trying to address.
no, like to get people towards a listing that's not performing. So if you have low accuracy,
Okay,
um,
so what I'm hearing is if you have a non-performing listing,
mhm,
typically that's a listing that's not on the first 4 or 5 pages. Is that right?
yeah, well, whatever region.
Okay. And the reason I'm being very precise with my words is this. It should be performing if it's on the first 4 or 5 pages.
Mhm.
If it is on the first 4 or 5 pages and it's not performing, then you just need to tweak some things with the photos or the pricing, which
Okay.
you're using AI. So let's just assume that it's not on the first 4 or 5 pages.
Mhm.
I want to reframe what you just said, but I just want to make it simple for people that might be listening to us. What you want to do instead of trying to manage 2 or 3,
Mhm.
kill the one that's non-performing, put it to bed. Put it to bed, deactivate,
Mhm.
and give birth to a new listing that's now
Yep.
on the first page.
That would fix it.
That, that's what you want to do. And because of the idea of what I just showed you before, it's relevant because you don't want to be paying for,
A bunch of listings.
yeah, you don't want to be paying for something that's not actually, you know,
Performing like.
I mean, so guys, every time you see, I get a, 20, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 200, or excuse me, well, so every 10 listings is $100 for me. I'm not going to go through all my listings.
Mhm.
And I get a slight discount or percentage off if they're uh, uh, parent child listings. Now, so, you know, hypothetically, if each month I'm spending, a couple $100 for AI to monitor my listings, the question for me is it worth it? And my answer is yes, if it's making me money,
Yeah.
no, if it's not making me money.
Mhm.
Okay. So the ones that are just lead magnets, as you said, okay,
Yeah.
I turn off.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
I turn them off. The ones that are actively, that I'm actively directing people to, I turn on. I keep on. So the best way I can answer your question in summary is no, I would not be trying to manage multiple listings, which is counterintuitive because that's the way we were doing it a year and change ago. We had an A, we had a B, we had a C listing, but again, what needs to be reminded is as we know more, we know better, we do better.
Yep.
Uh, you knew about it, I believe, but I didn't know about AI. And so because I didn't know about AI, I didn't research it and I wasn't using it. But that's a thing of the past now.
Yep.
Um,
Yes.
so yeah, I think I'm suggesting that we shift gears to your next question, and
Yep.
the next question was networking. What? No, hold on. We talked about the price adjustment. We talked about what to change on the listing and how often to change it, but we haven't talked about networking at a meetup. Okay, so Cornell and I want to encourage anybody who's checking us out to do what, Cornell? What's the process that we went over the last time?
We went over the
Well,
model of coalition.
okay, no. Let me be more specific. We're on the internet and we're typing in our city. And what are we typing in? What search are we doing?
When we type in the search for our city,
Yep. What are we looking for?
we're definitely looking for. Are we looking for like different things around the area, like stuff? I guess are we looking specifically for like I was going to say I didn't want to say the word, but
No. I got you. No, I got you. I'm taking you down the wrong path. Sometimes I do this with my in the high school too. I think I'm saying one thing, but I'm saying something different. So if people are interested in joining these real estate groups in their area, what's
Mhm.
the process to do that, Cornell?
Let's see the process to do what we did last time. We was gathered. We was actually we was on a few websites, right? So we were actually researching like on these meetup groups.
Yes, sir.
So
That's the key word.
we did a Google search on these meetup groups in your Pacific area, right?
There we
Your
go.
city and town, your city and state. and it popped right up on Google search. So, and you can actually be a part of these meetup groups by actually, creating an account and actually attending these groups. Sometimes they have them online or in person with people
Absolutely.
that's like-minded like yourself.
Absolutely. You got it, man. You hit it. So friends out there in social media, what we're encouraging you, if you want to be able to get um build relationships, to build a Airbnb business without owning property, the best way to do that is to be around people that own property. And those are real estate investors. Seems obvious, right? Real estate investors own properties, not homeowners,
Yeah.
but real estate investors. So what it is you want to do is you want to do an online search of real estate meetup groups in your area, so you can actually find out what's offered. Okay, so you find a group. Now, typically when you find a group, there's going to be some sort of investment in terms of being a member. Um, I, I I renew every July. I think me and my wife's membership were like $400. What's that?
Mhm,
$200 each? That's
mhm,
really no. But what it does, it gives you access to a weekly informational, weekly meet and greet. Um, I meant to say monthly. So, but it actually turns out being probably once a week. So typically up to 3 to 4 times a month, we have something at my area where people come together.
mhm,
They have a little group just for the women. They have another little group just for the landlords. They have a general group. They'll have a group that will meet in the morning. They'll have a group that will meet on Zoom. There's a lot of meetings happening. So the point is, you get in these groups, and
mhm,
invariably, you know, you are, relating to people that you have things in common. So I mean, it's no different from just going out to a club. Hey, how you doing? What's your name? Where you're from? What do you do for a living? Blah blah blah. So, to your point, Cornell, how do you turn the corner from just
mhm,
having a conversation to promoting what you do and how you do it?
mhm,
I think that's fair. So, one of the things that's been real successful for me, at least, is in the course of these conversations, I'm always asking myself, well, how can I bring a person value? So tell me more about what you do. I can't bring you value if I don't know what you do.
mhm,
And I'm just kind of going to take mental notes. If I know you you are a contractor, because a lot of vendors come to these things too, because vendors know that real estate investors, have projects they're on. So if I hear that you do drywall, and then later in down the road, I know my man's talking about opening up another spot, I might try to connect you to. So I'm always, value certain. How can I bring value to the relationship? And then for me, I have a really unique space because if I'm really interested in what you're doing, and I wear my emotions pretty much on my sleeve, I'm gonna say, man, I want to learn more about you. And because I do a podcast, I'm always, extending that invite. Now
mhm.
your invite may not be a podcast. Your invite me, hey, let's do coffee sometime. I kind of like the energy here, whatever. So I guess my point is, I don't meet a person day one and then pitch my business on day two.
Okay.
I'm building relationships. I'm building relationships. But I do have an elevator pitch. I do have an elevator pitch. And my elevator pitch is pretty generic. It's this. I said, I'll ask once we've established that they're in a position, because they are an investor that has and there's all kinds of investors, right? There's not just the landlording. Some people invest in notes. Some people invest in some people invest in self storage. Other people invest in apartments. So there's a lot of doors in real estate. Some people are wholesalers. So I say that because you got to listen to what people are talking about. But once I know I'm dealing with a landlord, I will always, make sure that they know, hey, I partner, I collaborate with landlords. And it may not even be a necessary person that is a landlord, but people know people. And when they say, well, what do you mean you collaborate with landlords? I said, well, I have a very unique product. So what I do is I have a system where I attract, um, you know, um, business professionals who are on assignment in our area. Be it nurses, be it lecturers for the college, be it people for the government. And so I have a traffic of people that are in my network that want to come to this area. And what I do is I collaborate with landlords. They have the space, I have the people, and what we can do is we can profit share on their midterm or short-term rental. That's all I say.
Okay. That's great.
And
That's really good.
because I have AI on board taking the notes, I'll just give you the notes. So if you want to use it and tease it into your presentation, hey Olivia, how you doing? You can do that.
Fine,
But
thank
Yep.
you.
good morning to you. But what I think you'll find is it's a little more direct than how we were trained to reach out to people about
Yeah, definitely.
the opportunity. I'm not being evasive. I'm not being, was this Airbnb? Yeah, that's one of the platforms I use.
Yeah.
BO, bookings.com. So the nice part about it is because we're in these places, people, you plant the seed, it's like the farmer, right? In the rain. The farmer plants the seed today, he may not get the crop on day 3 or day 4, but
Hmm.
we just keep watering the relationship. Like, so the person that, we're going to see this short clip in a moment, Olivia, of me having a conversation with somebody about collaborating with me and me using his space to do our short-term rental business. That person came to me from this real estate meetup business group by way of him having a conversation with another member of the group and saying, oh, yeah, by the way, this is what I'm thinking of doing. I had a bad experience with my last tenant. It sucked. I'm thinking about getting into midterm space. This is what my goal is. And he said, oh, really? Do you know McCray? Now, who's McCray? You don't know McCray? Man, let me give you McCray's number. He'll help you out. That will happen for you, Cornell. So the person that you're sharing, how you assist people with won't be the person that reaches back out to you for your assistant. It'll be
Hmm.
2 or 3 people removed.
But they know.
But they know Cornell is the connect. They'll know Olivia
Hmm.
is the connect.
Hmm.
And that's how. And so it's a whole different, mindset as opposed to just doing your 10 a days. Just that's
Hmm.
amateur stuff. That's rookie stuff. You guys are beyond that. Okay. So that's what's insightful. So in a nutshell, that's like all I'm really doing. I'm not doing anything more, anything less. I'm meeting people at these networking events, building relationship, trying to find out what they do in my brain. Okay, this person does this person over here does this. Let me connect those people together. Now, I can't always do that, but that's what's in my brain. I'm never in there with the idea of let me collect as many business cards as I possibly can to see who I can sell my stuff to. I'm
See.
pausing because I really want to emphasize that People,
And another question though.
yep, okay, yeah, Olivia, let me just finish there. People can feel your energy, and people will can tell, and they know if this conversation is, are they really interested in me, or are they just trying to, leverage me for something else?
Yeah, they definitely can tell.
Yeah, yeah. Olivia, what were you going to ask?
I'm talking about the network sessions. How do you establish that? Do you search for
Yep,
networking events?
yep, yeah.
So that's the approach.
Yeah, we were just talking about this before you got online. So the easiest thing to
Yeah,
do.
I'm hopping back on of work, but I have 15 minutes, so it's
Oh no,
okay.
no, no worry. The easiest thing to do, Olivia, is to type in to a Google search real estate investment meetups, and then type in your city, and it'll give you a couple of things that are going on. Become a member. Just go ahead and spend the $200, $300. Become them, because once you become a member, they will give you access to all of their calendar stuff. And typically, these groups are doing something 4 or 5 times a week, a month, almost every week. And these are things that you can attend to, and it's very flexible. Some are in the evening that you can attend in person. Some are on during the day that you can attend online. So you can just kind of work the networking into your lifestyle. And like I'm telling Cornell, instead of doing the 10-a-days where you're trying to, connect with people, connect with people through these relationships. And when they ask you what you do, being able to say, hey, I collaborate with landlords to help them get out of um, you know, traditional uh tenants. That may be an easier way of saying it, but you just basically have that elevator conversation. They're going to be interested in what you're doing, trust me.
Uh-huh.
And then that conversation will now lead to a seed that's planted. The more you water. So this is not a direct way of getting business. This is a more indirect way of getting business, but this is much more sustainable. And because you guys know how big I am with the law of attraction, about working, not grinding, but working, not chasing, but working, building, investing, not chasing. This works for me because this is more in line with the law of attraction. When I'm doing 10 a days, 10 a days, 10 a days, that's me grinding. And it's not sustainable. That makes sense, Olivia?
Yes, it does very well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's almost the same situation that you would experience if you join a faith group, a church, synagogue, a mosque. You're going to get to know people, and when you get to know people and you know about them, you're always
Yeah.
in. Oh, how can I help this person? What do you
Uh-huh.
do? What do you need? Okay, and I'll even ask that Cornell. I was like, look, what do you need in your business? I know a lot of folks. I may not know anybody, but they don't know that. And so literally, if they mess around and tell me what they need, I'm gonna run around and try to connect them with somebody that can meet their need.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't serve me directly, but indirectly is building my social capital. So like when there's hey, what about this McCray guy? Is he a good guy? And McCray, he's a good guy, man. He's that dude. So my credibility now is way up when I'm having these kind of conversations with people about my business and what I can do. Okay. So let me pause for a minute for you guys to maybe just kind of breathe and hail comments. concerns, connections. You guys have anything that you guys want before I shift to the next segment?
That's good stuff with them meetup groups. Yeah, building that relationship. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to go to a call I recorded with me and a prospect, and y'all gonna be flies on the wall. And every 2 or 3 minutes or so, I'm just gonna pause, and I want you guys just to kind of share what connections you guys are making based on what you're hearing me say, and also what you're hearing me not say. Okay. All right. And at this point, I think we're gonna say goodbye to social media, and we're just gonna keep this inside the family. So Facebook, Instagram, and IG, blessings. We'll catch you guys not next Saturday, but the Saturday after that. Okay? Take care. Stop. Where's my Facebook stuff at? Stop streaming. Okay. So I stopped streaming, guys. All right. So let me load this conversation so y'all can see that this is really, truthfully, not rocket science stuff. Okay. All right. Yeah. So here's the conversation with Randy. You remember Randy? Cornell?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah. Here we go. It was a 20-minute call. We're not gonna do all 20 minutes because I know Olivia has is from work. But we'll do a couple. And I'm also gonna record and just and send you the recording as well. You know, my wife's a big
Okay.
Marvel comic. So I'm gonna multiverse active military, and we're pretty proud of that. Most
I'm
of
an
the
ex-vet too.
properties. Excuse me.
I'm an ex-vet too.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know, man. Thanks for your service.
Thank you for yours.
Yeah, absolutely. So, if we were to collaborate, there would be an American flag on the property.
I got one already.
Okay, all right. I just got to put that out there in advance. All right, so real good. So we offer a ton of different things. When it's necessary, we'll go ahead and do photography. All of our properties have keyless locks. That's the big thing right now, self check-in for the midterms. Folks who are not from the area like recommendations. So we'll do a digital recommendation or guest book. Um, uh, Concierge services. You know, sometimes our guests, again, they're not from the area. We had a gal who um, had some challenges with her mobile phone. I was able to, to get one of my guys to just run her over to, one of the mobile stores to get her phone fixed. You know, that doesn't happen often, but
Right.
that goes a long way in terms of goodwill.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And then,
Look at me.
go ahead.
Look at me.
All right, what connections are you guys making right now?
Building trust.
Yep. I'm about to say that.
Building
Olivia.
trust. Yeah. Would you say, Cornell?
I was going to say the same thing Olivia said, building trust and building that rapport off the rip, off back, with Randy. So, that's a good way to start things.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing is you're also building a selling point by the person is he's seeing that this is a real service, something that he doesn't have, and he's speaking to an expert.
Right.
Yeah, I'm getting that vibe, an expert vibe.
So that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build credibility, and I'm trying to tell him these are things that we do so you don't have to.
Yeah.
All right. Let me skip a minute. 2 minutes. The way we'll keep the property serviceable. All right, so that's
Right.
what we offer. This is just kind of, our standard spiel. Let's just jump like into you and where you are. So the screen I'm looking at right now is an aerial picture of where you are in the city. 1188 Culver Road. And the point of it is there are about 5 properties within a 5-mile radius of your location.
I know.
And I just want to kind of go through not all of them, but just a handful of those properties. Now you mentioned that you've seen these in your area before.
Yes, I actually looked yesterday.
Okay, great. What did you see? What did you notice?
Yeah.
This guy was in a bad place. Your signals is
Well, I noticed, they had, scarce furniture. Here, I've seen some, there's like 5 properties you mentioned, and I've seen what they offered and what they look like, some pictures anyways.
okay, good, good. All right. That's the big thing. I just want you to be aware of, this collaboration. I love it for if it worked. If it does work, that'd be great. But you have
Right.
people already in your neighborhood that are doing what we're talking about doing. And so what connections are you guys making now?
Like you're telling him about his area to let him know, like, other people are doing it. And so, so we do it as well. By this aerial picture. And he actually said what he's seen some himself, So you're just basically saying, look, this area that you're in, other people are doing it. Look, we can do this as well, reassuring that to 'em.
Right. So I'm
And
good stuff. So I want to make the belief level. I want to make his belief level. Not that I know it's low or not that I know it's high. I don't know it, but I want to make his belief level to the point where even if we don't work together, this works. That's really the direction that I'm pulling him in.
I clear his doubts.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I also got something. It's like in this, you're also convincing him. I also got this him to believe that you're already on the grounds.
Mm-hmm.
You know his area, you've researched, you've put to work into it, and he's in good hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. This is not a guinea pig thing. We've done it. We've been doing it. We're going to continue to do it. Question is, are you going to do it with us?
Mhm.
Yep. That's what I want to do. All right, I'm going to jump here. That's not bad. That's not bad. At later on, when I send this to you, you hit this link and it'll actually take you to the actual place I'm grabbing the data from.
Okay.
All right. Another place. This guy here is on the corner of Wayland Crescent, and it looks like Melville Street. Again, they're generating 17 grand in revenue, and they're at 42% occupancy. I love it.
Yeah.
Anything less than 50% occupancy means that we're not killing your property.
Right. Because
Right?
if I rented out my place normally, I probably only, gross probably 22,000
Mhm.
for a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. All right, let's keep it going.
Yes, sir.
This is another place that looks like it's near Melville Street and Shelter Road. Again, we're at 17 grand revenue at 48% occupancy. All right, this is our last one. All right, this is a smaller unit, 9 grand of revenue, occupied 28% of the time.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah. And this is we're located east in between East Main Street and Atlantic.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's just jump in. I included this slide just so you can take a look at what we've done for other clients. Got a place on Delamain. We got a place on Kingston. We have some landlords that have places near Rochester General. We have landlords with places near Highland Hospital. All right, what connections are you guys making?
Well, one of the connections from the last slide you showed him is that you know, you're also reassuring him like, hey, look, these other properties around here are making this in revenue, right? And this is what we can make for you without the less wear and tear, which is major, right? You're like, we can do this at 40% occupancy, less than 50% occupancy, the minimum at 40% occupancy, and you don't have to worry about wear and tear. Randy himself to say, yeah, wow, I'm only making 20 something grand. That's in a year, you know, and he's got to deal with tenants destroying this place, not keeping it clean, not deep cleaning, not constantly cleaning and keeping it up like we would with our business professional travelers. And we're occupying his place less than that. And you're making more revenue within a year. So that's a no-brainer for them as a landlord because one day they don't have to worry about somebody tearing up that place. They don't have to worry about all the wear and tear of the same person being in there forever. And then they don't have to worry about somebody not cleaning it consistently and keeping it up. So when they move out, they got to fix things. They got to go out and, you know, kick out, maybe evict tenants. They got to, you know, get called on and go fix things. They don't have to worry about that. So this is brilliant. And he's seeing why, you know, with the actual data, you know, around him.
Nice. Nice. What about for you, Olivia? Any connections?
Yeah. I think that was my point when I started this thing was the data kind of flustered me a little bit, but data always goes way to prove a point to the landlord that it whets your appetite. It whets their appetite to want to get into this and know that it's not a fluke. It's when that work is put into it, he's going to get his money's worth and maybe more, and always more. So I feel like this is the final way of convincing. Should I say convincing? That's kind of, but letting them know the profitability aspect of it in real life, in numbers, not just by the metal scene or just listening to people.
I want you guys to think about it like this. Real time for you guys. If you guys were to go out and create 10 of these relationships, all right, with just one relationship, if they're making $3 grand off the property, you're making $1. If they're making $6 grand off the property, you're making $2. So you want the occupancy to be as high as possible because you're going to make more money. But that's not what you're going to sell. What you're going to sell is low occupancy. And by the way, you got the same rent rate. That's what you're selling. Low occupancy, same money. So it's not about what's in it for you. You really want to kind of this conversation is all about what's in it for them. All right, let me go to another segment here. Slide. All right, so based on the analysis of you getting a rent rate of 15 grand, here's what my numbers tell me. So you have a revenue potential of 18 grand based on 90 to 100% occupancy. You know, most people are closer to 100%, especially when they have the done the right marketing. And the reality is this, you know, norm is roughly $49 a day.
Right.
You're gonna have some, you know, you're gonna be working with tenants. Sometimes you're chasing tenants. Oftentimes, but not always, you're getting the money. If you don't get the money, you're doing some sort of evictions. You're gonna have to vet. These are all of the realities, and I'm not gonna go through each one, but this is traditional renting, traditional landlording.
Right.
And this is what you know. Our collaboration is gonna look different. What our collaboration is gonna look like is this. Based on
Yes, I'll
just
drop on it. I'll continue later. Thank you.
based on say again, Olivia.
So I'll drop in a minute. I'll come back and watch you later.
Okay, yeah, blessings to you.
Thank you so much. Bye for now. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
On us having 40-ish occupancy rate. We're looking at being able to get the same rent rates, actually 1.3 times more. And by the way, we're sourcing all of the clients. We're worried about the maximizing the revenue through our software. Your property will always be, I call it sale condition, moving condition. You'll walk a place, you can eat off the floor. We keep the place that nice. Every time a guest enters or exits, there's going to be a deep clean. We deal with all of the communication. Literally, we're giving time back because we're doing all the work. So when I ask people if this makes sense for them, I ask the simple question is 70-30 split. You do it on your own, you're going to get to 18 grand. That's guaranteed money. And you're going to do it what you've always done in a traditional way. Working with us with less than a 50% occupancy, you're going to earn that 18 grand and you're going to have a little extra. I don't focus on that aspect. I focus on the fact that people are not going to be in your place 100% of the time and you're still going to get your rent rate. So before I shift to my opening question, you have any questions for me? Connection, Cornell.
So that's a good connection. This side by side, long term and short term, is what you're going through with him. Showing him this whole list of, with the long term traditional renting, he would have to be worrying about chasing tenants, evictions, figuring out what price and property damage, deep cleaning once a year, and you're having to break aside what we're presenting, what we would be presenting to you, which is more net revenue for you. Not only that, the list goes on. So we got, we're verifying and we're like vetting our corporate clients. We're keeping it always in good, ready to sell condition, which is good for them because that's what they look for. A lot of these landlords, when they have people move out, their place is trashed, right? So they want their place always up to date, which we can provide. You can't get that from a long-term tenant. We always deep clean after each professional leaves, which is good. So we're showing him that we're always keeping the property clean consistently, not just once a year, consistently throughout the year. And then we're going to have communication with 24/7, which he doesn't have to worry about. So all these things are green checks where we do all the work and he sits back and collect his rent. So, because the two things you said is what they're looking for. They're looking for low occupancy, which is low wear and tear. And then they're getting the same rental rate. That's a no-brainer for them. And that's what these landlords a lot of time want. They want to get their rent and they want to have to worry about all these red worries from long-term traditional landlord renting like they are used to. So you're showing them a side-by-side model and showing him why he should go with what we're doing with our business professional clients with having a 70% split for him and a 30% split for us. So you're showing them side by side the pros and cons, both, how it would be better to go with us, and you make more net revenue by doing it. It's a no-brainer. So that's my thoughts on this that he's giving it. And I know he's probably wow, like this is great. So definitely. Yes, sir.
So like things happen for a reason and for a season. And I know that we went through what we went through so that we could be prepared for this. But doesn't this feel different from rental
It,
arbitrage?
it feels a lot different because this model is it's like a lot hands off, and we're not particularly looking at, oh, we're making 2 times the rent or 3 times the rent. Whatever they make, we want that overflow, right?
Right.
If they make money, we make money, right? So we want to get that overflow, but they want to make that rent without all the headaches and stuff. But we can provide that for them, and the good thing about this, you can do a lot of this, and you don't have to, like you said before, right? It don't have to be a formula and all, like it doesn't have to be like that. You can do a lot of this quickly, and with him, this is building another relationship to do another one with if these potential landlords have more properties. So this is a total different model. I know with this model, I have to change my mindset and everything, but I'm definitely going to start implementing this. Definitely going to start implementing this with these landlords that's just looking for getting their money on time, and I have to deal with all these headaches with tenants.
It, it's interesting because it's like the energy I have when I'm sharing this,
Mhm.
it's less, okay, I gotta have this occupancy, I gotta have that occupancy. It's more open. It's more like, okay, hold on now. What's your rent rate? Boom, I can get
Mhm.
you your rent rate.
Mhm.
And as long as I'm getting you your rent rate, you're winning. I know I'm going to get you more than your rent rate based on my occupancy history.
Mhm.
So, and I have no overhead. Like all of that pressure, all of
Yeah.
that has
Yeah.
been like released. Like, am
Yeah.
I going in my pocket? Am I going? Am I going? So it's a different energy. This feels so different.
Yeah, it is. I gotta get used to this. I never did it yet, but I'm definitely gonna do this too. This is yeah, because really you're just really just getting the overflow. Like we said before, you're getting the overflow. And long as they getting their rent, which we know we're gonna make more than their rent. They don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know that we're gonna make, okay, that rent is 1,800. We're gonna make way more than 1,800. But they
Right,
just think about this, they just want their rent money with with not that many people, with not that much wear and tear in a property, which is low occupancy,
right,
and
right.
with the same rent rate. You know, where that's a no, that's a no-brainer. So I definitely want to start implementing it. This is a whole different thing. This cold listing model it opens up more places you can look at, because the numbers don't particularly have to match, have to really be
Right.
so-called median. So,
Absolutely. Yeah, there's way more that you can consider with
mhm.
this. All right. Let's go to the last segment and you can tell me what you're seeing.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so this is a report that I generate the first of the month that I try to get out to my partners by the 10th of every month. Um, so
Okay.
so it would look like this. In our communication, I would list out every one of the guests that we've hosted for that 30-day period. It would share out the payout. You would see what their summary or their review was about their stay, if they were pleased, if they weren't, and um, more often than not, you're going to see a lot of positive things. But when there's things that aren't positive, that gives my team an opportunity to get better.
Correct.
So once you see that report, that culminates in a detailed breakdown of what the earnings were. So an example, so my client got paid $4,000, just a little north of $4,000 for last month. We have our expenses, we have our expenses that we're going to look at from the standpoint of software that we use for pricing. Uh, This particular landlord is allowing us to take care of all of the cleanings. So the expenses for the cleanings. And so when I back out software cleanings and I factor in my management fee, okay. So based on that, out of $4,000 that was collected, I paid out my landlord just north of $3,500. Okay, and again, this is based on less than a occupancy of, I think we maybe had 70%. What connections are you making on this?
You're showing them the numbers. You're showing them the actual proof of the numbers of this is what I paid, my landlord out. And, with this 70-30% split. And he's seeing that, look, wow, this is more that, money I can make versus doing long-term traditional renting. You're showing them the numbers. With the actual, the proof of this is the example of the landlord that I paid out at the end of the month, just a little bit over $3,600. He's seeing this proof now. And he's like, wow, this is something I can be able to get with. Because like I said, once again, they're used to dealing with long-term tenants, right? Where they gotta actually, sometimes they don't want to pay, they want to deal with this. With us, they don't have to deal with that low occupancy, without that wear and tear once again. But you're definitely going over the numbers and everything with them now. And I know his mind is blown right now.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. This is a whole nother call too. I actually want to see this call over again. You talk to the guy because this is great stuff. This is different. This is good.
Yep. All right, let's end this real quick and just kind of talk about
Any more?
your next steps. Okay. Now,
Oh, I'm interested. No, but I have to look at everything, and then sometimes it takes me a little while to process.
that's
You know,
fine.
so yeah,
That's
this is
fine.
all new, and you were recommended, so I'm like, I gotta get on the ball here.
All right. So let's agree to this. Let's agree by the end of the day, I will send this information over to you along with the video I just recorded, and that we could do like a follow-up, say in 10 days.
Okay.
10 days is very intentional. I'm taking the kids from my church camping for the next 7 days. So that'll give me 3 days to recover.
God bless you.
Yes, absolutely. All right, real
Okay.
good, Randy.
Okay.
Talk to you
Thank
later,
you.
buddy. Yep.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So that's that.
Okay. The follow-up after 10 days.
Right.
Gotcha.
So we don't want to assume we do a presentation and the deal is done. There's got to be some follow-up. I never want to go through. I went through the numbers, yes. I didn't go through the agreement though. Let him go through the agreement on his own
Okay.
and be able to come, okay, what's this mean? What's that mean? That has to be done like so that he has, so he can warm up. It's almost like, I don't know. It's almost like I see a person and they meet somebody online and then nothing wrong with that, but like it's less than a year. It's less than like it's like super quick and they're engaged. I'm like, wait a minute. That was quick. I mean, do you know this person? Let it warm up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that it takes a long time to do a deal. What I'm saying is that you don't want to. The more you pursue, the more needy you look.
Yeah. Push them away.
You don't want to be. You want to actually present yourself like, hey, this is not a big deal for me either way. I am not
Yeah.
attached either way. So let's get some time for you to kind of process and think about it. And when we follow up, we're either going to pull the trigger or we're not.
Mm-hmm.
What's a good time you let them tell you when's a good follow-up time. Like I said 10 days only because I didn't want him to tell me, yeah, let's follow up this time next week. I'm not going to be available.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I would have asked him, when's a good time to follow up with you?
Okay, you would have asked him that if you
Mm-hmm.
weren't busy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because again, the goal of this all is like they're going into their, like, this is what they want. This is
Mm-hmm.
not what we're pushing. And very honestly, he's going to take all the information I gave him, and he's probably going to make, get a second or third opinion from his boys. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
because my credibility is so high, right? That, it's just going to be like, man, hey, bro, what do you have to lose? That's what his boys are going to
Mm-hmm.
say, because really, the truth is, what do you have to lose?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the
This is
goal of it all. That's the goal of it all. So for you, bro, what's your biggest takeaway from today?
one of my biggest takeaways from today is this actual call. I know you said that we just need to give the landlord actually when we're doing this call system model, give them all the pros and cons of what they're doing, what we're doing, and let them ask when they want to follow up. The biggest call is that because we actually have more options, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also another big call too is that another big thing I noticed too is that we have total options. So we got this Colisting model, and we got another arbitrage model as well. But this new model is a good shift, and we had to change our mindset and just get into a different mindset of things. So that's what I really took out the mindset. It's a mindset shift with doing this, and the presentation showed. So good stuff, definitely good stuff.
Yeah. No, so for anybody who's been in the game for a while, like you and Olivia,
Hmm.
um, in my mind, there's three levels of this. There's no experience whatsoever, but you got some cash. Okay. Then you need to do rental arbitrage. Now, as soon as you get a little cash and you got, opportunity to put, 10, 15, 20% down, then you want to go ahead and buy a property and you keep it all. And then the third level, once if you've done this to a point where you got systems in place and you can talk and chew gum at the same time, then you want to do co-listing, because the same energy does it take to do 3 properties, you can do 30 properties because it's just systems.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Really, the most time I put into this thing, Cornell, is once a month when I go through and I generate earnings reports. And then there's going to be a point where I'm going to shoot a video and a nice little Filipino male or female, they're going to be doing it for me.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm not
that
doing this forever. I'm just doing it for a period. And then I'm going to step out of the way.
that's the way to do it, right? So you don't have to do any communication, anything, and it gives you even more time back, right? So
Yep.
then at that point, you can use your imagination to really do other things versus the day-to-day operation. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the direction I'm on it too as well, because you want to give as much time back as you possibly can. You can be with your family.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep. That's the biggest thing. All right, man, bro. I appreciate you so much. Can you pray us out, man?
Yep, yep. Let's pray, bow our heads. Lord Jesus, so thankful for everything you bless us with, all the opportunities, all the relationships, business relationships, Lord. I just pray that you keep us both in good touch with one each other and keep in good touch with you, Lord. And we can continue to reach our full potential and get to that just that valuable time that we want to have back with us and our family, Lord. And I just pray that you can protect us inside and out and keep us pushing forward, Lord. And keep us having us going in the right direction. You can be our moral compass into navigating through this system called life, Lord. And just with your blessings and glory, I know anything is possible, Lord, with you, and nothing is possible without you, Lord. And I'm so thankful for all the good health and good ideas that we can bring to the forefront and actually perform this in really real life and actually get to our ultimate goal and our dreams to live a better life ultimately, Lord, on easy mode, Lord, and just be able to enjoy having our time back and being able to level up and get to the next level, Lord. That's what life is about, and of course doing that with you, Lord. I'm so thankful and just wanted to pray that in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. All right. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Blessings
sir.
to you,
I
man.
will be checking back over the recording.
Okay. Yes, sir. All right. Take care, man.
Take care, brother. Okay.